Good afternoon. So I got more time than I thought I was going to get, and I was actually able to get this done. This is my take on the MWO Atlas Kit. Came from FCY. The original kit was modeled by Scott over at Messy Desk. Sent that over to Tim, who then cleaned it up and sent it out and got it all prepped for kitted up, and then sent over to Jimmy for casting. So between the three of those guys, they came up with one awesome kit. This is not a small model. It's 12 inches tall. It is just a beast. Huge. It's 28 millimeter scale. So there's a gaming scale miniature for 28 millimeter gaming. You know, an elemental and a trooper. The kit compared to one of the tabletop miniatures. Tabletop miniatures be about the same size as the elemental I just put aside. And actually one of the slideshow videos or slideshow images later, there's a shot of the Atlas tabletop version standing next to this. So this was my first attempt at a camo scheme like this, and I was happier than I anticipated I would be. It was kind of neat, interesting to do. So I did get the head lit up as I wanted to. As I've said before, I was pretty happy with the way this all came out. Like I said, usually when I do a model or a kit, I try to do a cockpit of sorts. With this particular one, doing a cockpit is pretty much impossible because there's no room. Well, not impossible, just no point. Because you're just not going to see anything. So I have this on a little piece of cardboard here, so hopefully I can turn this and give you all a look-see of how this all looks. The torso does twist. The arms will move up and down. I have them loose at the shoulder. Just rolling this around here. This hell camo is kind of cool. I kind of think of it like, come on, think of the game here. Terra Therma, there we go. Volcano Planet. So the version of this, the switch is slid right in here. So it is actually fairly easy to get to, and I think it hides fairly well in amongst the stuff here that you have behind. And on display, that'll be hidden anyway. This particular rendition of the Atlas is patterned after the story of Danielle Rondema, who was or will be a captain in Wolf's Dragoons. She was, I think, 5th Battalion or whatever. She very blatantly painted a silhouette of the state of Minnesota on her mech. And she, knowing later that Wolf's Dragoons came from Clan Wolf, and the rumor that the Minnesota tribe was the remnants of Clan Wolverine, so it was sort of a spit in the face to the clanners. It's an interesting story, BattleTech lore. The loadout she's carrying, the loadout I put on this, is similar to the loadout that she was known to carry. So she dropped down the missile pods. If you'll notice, I don't have the SRM launcher hanging off here. Has 6 large lasers, 3 on each arm. And I also have gone ahead, like I had said in a previous video, the torso ballistic weapon is magnetized. So if I am so inclined and want to display it with the AC-20, I can. But being the person I am a big proponent of the Gauss rifle. Just a lot of the folks you play against don't particularly care for that because they really don't like getting hit with it. And I can't really blame them. But this was an entertaining kit to build. Like I said, it's a beast. And it was a beast in that it was just big to build. You know, the 1/56 scale or even a 35th scale tank is about half the size of this thing. And I tried to use some of the techniques that military miniature modelers use to weather up their tanks and give it a worn and more realistic look. He used browns and dust colors to pick out the panel lines and show more contrast. I did give it a worn but not completely abused look. I do have it as though it's been seen some action. You know, the traces of machine gun fire and the new panels up here where old ones had blown off and this had been replaced. But I tried to tell a story with the paint scheme, and this particular scheme I enjoyed. I liked the way it came out. It was fun to do. Weathering this thing up was also quite a treat. I enjoyed it a lot. So I will go ahead and throw you a link to my whole lance. Right here. That was it. The Atlas, Warhammer, Archer, and Timberwolf 2. So now I'm all set to go ahead and play some Battletech with folks on big scale. I will go ahead and segue into a little bit of a slideshow showing you some better details that hopefully will show up more than the video does. Thank you very much for watching. Please feel free to offer up suggestions, comments, queries, whatever. I'll also put a link below to FCY where I got this kit. And thank you. I hope you enjoyed watching.